pointing to in there?
Left ventricle.
Left ventricle. So on the heart questions, always say left or right. Everything around the heart. So what valve is this sticker going into? This. Well, name the valve though. So this actually isn't. This is in the cusp of the.
Tricuspid.
No.
Which chamber is this?
This is the left atrium.
So what valve is on the left side?
Bicuspid.
Bicuspid, right?
Bicuspid.
Right?
Right side?
Left.
Left side has
Hey,
Bicuspid,
say the right
yeah.
stuff so whoever sent me the video is right, man.
Oh, that's right, because it's the other way. It's flipped over.
Yeah.
So this is the. No, it's not. You just look at the thickness of the myocardium. It's got to be the left side. So this valve has to be the bicuspid.
valve.
So only if they're pointing to here, to the fibers, if they point to say what valve, don't say chordae tendineae. Give the name of the valve on that side.
So where would the tricuspid valve be?
Well, I'll get it in my hands in a second. Right? So then this chamber then would be the. So this is, what structure is this going into? If you see the chordae tendineae attaching to it, then this must be a papillary muscle. Between the two chambers, the two ventricles, this structure is the
Interventricular septum.
interventricular septum. I think on the form it says intra, but technically it's inter, between the ventricles.
Ventricular septum.
So then on this side, you'd have to go, so here you don't see much, you see a little bit of chordae tendineae, so this would be the one of the cusps of the,
Do we get a chance to do like that on exam?
no, you can't touch anything.
Then
How we do the exam then?
Well, just by looking, you get enough. Like from here,
How we gonna figure out?
because, because you can see, like I said, you don't need to do anything more than look at the thickness here and the thickness here, and then you know this has to be the left,
Left.
and this has to be the right. So then you know the valve based on which side you're on.
thicker side is left.
So this would be
Tricuspid valve.
the tricuspid valve here on the right side.
It's thinner.
Great, right? Because what chamber is coming over here?
Superior vena cava.
The right atrium.
Right atrium, right? So this has to be tricuspid. So you catch one side you might catch it better than the other, but you see one of the cusps over here as well. So this is, on this side, this is also the cusp of the tricuspid valve. This is the chordae tendineae, if they say name these fibers. And then if you look to where the fibers are attaching into, then that's a papillary muscle.
Valve or name the.
It would either say name the valve, or if it doesn't want the valve, it would say name the fibers, or if name the structure. So papillary muscle, they wouldn't say name the valve, they'd say what is this structure?
Name the muscle.
Papillary
No.
valve. No, they wouldn't say name the muscle because that gives it away too much. So they name the structure. What would you say, this muscle tissue, what is this called in the ventricle, the way it has that wormy, thick look? Trabeculae carne. Right?
Tubercular kidney.
If it was in here, where did this blood come from that's in this chamber?
Deoxygenated from the
Superior vena cava.
superior vena
What chamber is this?
left atrium.
Left.
Left vent.
Or left atrium.
So where'd the blood come from?
Lungs.
The lungs. So what vessels led to this? Pulmonary veins. Right, good.
Pulmonary veins.
Pass me down the other one. Let's see.
Oh, I did not do this.
Right, so open, you look to say what's left, what's right. When it's closed, you'd say, am I looking at the front or am I looking at the back? What am I looking at there? So you shouldn't have to move it. Whoop. Right, this is anterior. You see the anterior interventricular sulcus. So what vessel is the most anterior? Pulmonary trunk. What is this one here? Aorta. And then what vessel is this here? Superior vena cava, right? Because this is what? What is this?
Right atria.
But this appendage, if it says this is the right auricle, right?
Wait, which one? The flap.
right? See, for auricle, what is this?
Left or
Left auricle, right? So always say right and left for the structures in the heart. Don't just say ventricle or don't just say auricle. Say right or left.
The left side is thicker. The right side is small.
So then-
Brachiocephalic, not so much. Too much.
Brachiocephalic trunk, I wouldn't ask, but aorta and pulmonary.
Trunk, yeah.
And what chamber, what vessel would be entering here then?
Inferior ventricle.
Wait, no.
We're on the right or the left?
left.
Left. So which one is this?
Pulmonary.
Pulmonary vein.
Pulmonary vein. Good. So the cow, this is crazy. It's like in
Even
here,
way
right?
higher too.
So you think that's the front or the back?
Front.
Front. Right? That's something?
Yeah.
So what, so now you really see the cusps, right? You see that, the cusps, and what valve is that?
Tricuspid. Wait.
It's the most in the front. What's in the front?
Pulmonary trunk.
Pulmonary trunk. So what is this then? Aorta, right? So if this is the aorta, this stick should be in which chamber?
All left.
Left.
Atria.
The auricle. What stick? Where did it come from? The blood that's here, where did it just come from?
Left ventricle.
Left ventricle. Right? So we see the left ventricle. So it's hard, but this is definitely chordae tendineae. So this is the papillary muscle, chordae tendineae. What chamber, what valve is this? Bicuspid. Bicuspid.
left side
So if we look at it from the back, then
Well, look how big that aorta is.
what would this be? Yeah, these valves are huge, right? Vena cava. Isn't that something? How big it is, right?
Superior?
Which one is
Right?
inferior then? Which one is inferior then?
Other side.
I would say it would be coming from here, like the way that it's coming more horizontal, so it got cut. But this would be it, I would say.
What's that? The one next to the aorta then?
Where?
That one, yeah. What is that?
It's on the left side.
Pulmonary?
Yeah,
Vein.
yeah.
Big beast. Yeah, it's a big animal.
Big cow, that's why.
And then they
Oh.
Okay. You're right. I mean, you're right.